I just want you guys to get the message of this, all right? So, majority of people here are here to wholesale houses, but real estate is not just wholesaling houses. It's a great foundation to have, and you can succeed at any level with knowing how to find a good deal. However, even, you can get into container homes, new construction, you have a GC here. I just want to make sure everyone networks here and we make this worth your while, because I know some of you guys drove up from afar and we really appreciate that. I had stayed in the Motel 6 over there on 8 Mile, so that's why I was a little bit late. And I want the full, Detroit whole experience joint. So listen, at 8 Mile, we all, if you're in Jersey, we know 8 Mile, Eminem and all that. So I was excited to go get the Motel 6 on that side of town. This is my first time here. And I remember these houses here being $500 to $1,000. To get those houses that are now worth $100 to $300,000 as a shell. What does that tell you? That tells you if you would have just bought one of those houses for $1,000, did nothing to it, just grass, make sure it was up to date to code and everything, you could appreciate it and bought for $1,000 and now been worth $100,000 and created a net worth of $99,000 by just making a decision. I used to go after properties that were free and clear and try to get owner finance terms, and I used to buy rentals that way. And that's a good way to get into rentals, because sometimes you can get in with no money. Sometimes you get in with, $1,000, $5,000, whatever you and the owner come up with. Just make sure when you're looking at holding property that you have a reserve. Because with rental property, it's not if something goes wrong, it's when. There's not necessarily 5 ways for a young person to get in. Any person can get into real estate with no money and no credit. One thing me and Max had, when we first got started, we were broke. He was broker than me because he was 30 living at home. So he was broker than me. I wasn't that bad. I was bad, but I wasn't that bad. He was getting no women. What me and him did, and what you can do here, we hopped in our car. We didn't make it, well, we were sad, we were down about it, but we hopped in our car and we made this business work by driving for dollars. Driving for dollars is looking for houses that are beat up, toe up from the floor up, they need roofs, they're boarded up, you see an eviction notice on the door, you see the city code enforcement on the door and things of that nature. We would then write the address. These things are easy to do now. These things are extremely easy. They have apps for this. It's a lot easier now using the app than what it was when I did it.
That was just like 5-6 years ago. They had no app.
Yeah, 5-6 years ago. So I had to drive around neighborhoods. I would spend like 2 or 3 hours out there. I'd do it in the morning. Get up Saturday, because I work Monday through Friday. Get up Saturday morning, try to be out the door by 8, 7:30, and I'm going to neighborhoods, writing down addresses. And I'm just writing down addresses on a sheet of paper. I would get about 100 plus addresses, probably about 2 pieces of paper, okay? Then I would go on my city assessor site, that's free. The city assessor site, and I would see who owns the property. Now at that time, back in 2011, probably like every two out of like 5 houses were gonna be bank owned, or 3 out of 5 were gonna be heading to foreclosure. So there was not really a lot good that fit your criteria. So with that being said, I would mail them a postcard. I did that for 8 months until I got my first deal. I closed my first deal 8 months. I made $2,000. He did his first deal, it took 3 weeks. He made $15,000, $14,000. So with that being said, to get started, just do the work. Don't focus on what you don't got. Just focus on the goal and remain mentally tough during the process. When I first got started, I had to turn on the TV and turn on the light. Social media wasn't an everyday part of things like it was like it is today. So I had to literally turn off my TV, cut off cable, and start stealing cable. Back then you steal cable. But allegedly, you know what I'm saying? But, you cut off cable. As far as your Facebook feed, start cleaning it up. Some people come on your timelines with none but negativity. None but negativity. It's always raining. It's always storming in them. And when you have those people close to you, guess what? Now you're gonna have the dark cloud over you, because their problems are gonna fall on your lap.
100%.
And that's just the way it is. So be mindful of cleaning up your timelines, or just completely turn off social media. If you need to, do not be afraid to turn off social media. Turn it off social media for a few months, for 1 year, could make the next 10 years of your life grim, you know, because for me, when I was in that situation, I worked in the call center making $12 an hour, I just knew I didn't want to be there the rest of my life. How do you get deals? How do you bring on leads when your market is saturated? Because he's cold calling, and when he's cold calling, they're saying, you're the 12th person to call me. I talked to you already, I can sell it. So this is going on in Charlotte. And one word he said is going to be consistent. That's all it is. Whether you cold calling, texting, mailing, you're always going to get that.